Deep within the ancient tales of Crete lies a secret that has both terrified and fascinated humanity for centuries. A creature, half man, half bull, born from a divine curse, and a maze so intricate that escape seems impossible. This is the myth of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth, a story that has echoed through time, shaping cultures, inspiring art, and challenging our understanding of fear and heroism. What if this wasn't just a myth? What if it was a reflection of something deeper within us all? In this video, we'll journey through 25 stories that unravel the mysteries of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth, from their origins in ancient mythology to their enduring impact on our world today. You'll discover how this tale of a monstrous beast and an impossible maze continues to captivate us, offering insights into the human psyche, the nature of courage, and the complexities of life itself. Stay with us because by the end, you'll see this ancient myth in a way you've never imagined. Let's step into the labyrinth and uncover its secrets together. As we begin to unravel the threads of this ancient tale, our first stop takes us to the very origins of the Minotaur. The story begins with Pasiphae, the queen of Crete, whose life took a dramatic turn due to a divine curse. Poseidon, the god of the sea, had gifted King Minos, her husband, a magnificent white bull meant to be sacrificed as a sign of loyalty. However, Minos, overcome by greed, chose to keep the bull for himself. This act of defiance angered Poseidon, who then cast a curse upon Pasiphae, causing her to fall into an unnatural and uncontrollable love for the very same bull. From this twisted union, the Minotaur was born a creature of both human and beast, embodying the chaos and consequences of defying the gods. Its very existence became a symbol of divine punishment, a reminder of the dangers of arrogance and the unpredictable nature of the divine. The Minotaur's birth also reflects the blurred lines between human and animal, order and chaos, and the struggle between nature and civilization. King Minos, now faced with the shame of this unnatural offspring, sought to hide the Minotaur away. But this was no ordinary creature, and it would take more than walls to contain the consequences of his actions. Thus, the stage was set for the creation of the Labyrinth, a maze so complex that it would become the eternal prison for the Minotaur. But that is a story for another time. For now, the birth of the Minotaur stands as a haunting reminder of the power of the gods and the consequences of human folly. Now, as the tale unfolds, we turn our attention to the mastermind behind the labyrinth, Daedalus, the legendary craftsman. Known for his unparalleled skill and ingenuity, Daedalus was summoned by King Minos to design a structure so intricate that it would imprison the Minotaur forever. The challenge was immense. The labyrinth needed to be more than just a maze. It had to be a place of perpetual confusion, a trap from which no one could escape. Daedalus approached this task with both brilliance and secrecy. Using his deep understanding of geometry and architecture, he crafted a winding network of corridors, chambers, and dead ends. The labyrinth's design was so complex that even its creator struggled to navigate it once it was completed. Every twist and turn was deliberate, creating a sense of disorientation that mirrored the chaos of the Minotaur itself. The walls, tall and imposing, seemed to shift as one moved, adding to the illusion of an ever-changing landscape. But the labyrinth was not just a feat of engineering, it was a symbol of King Minos' desire to conceal his shame. By imprisoning the Minotaur within its walls, he hoped to bury the consequences of his defiance of Poseidon. The labyrinth became a physical manifestation of the kingdom's secrets, a place where the unnatural could be hidden away from the world. Yet, the mystery of the labyrinth extended beyond its physical structure. Its very existence raised questions about the nature of confinement and the human need to control the uncontrollable. Daedalus, though a genius, was also a prisoner of his own creation, forever tied to the labyrinthine masterpiece he had brought to life. As we delve deeper into this story, the labyrinth stands not just as a prison for the Minotaur, but as a testament to the interplay between creativity and confinement, order and chaos. And as we prepare to explore the next chapter, we'll see how this maze becomes the stage for one of mythology's most gripping confrontations. Now, as the story takes an exciting turn, we meet Theseus, the heroic figure fated to face the Minotaur. Theseus, the son of Aegeus, king of Athens, was not just any man. He was driven by a deep sense of duty and a desire to prove himself as a true leader. When Athens was forced to send its young citizens as sacrifices to the Minotaur, Theseus volunteered to be one of them, vowing to end this brutal tradition once and for all. His journey to Crete was no simple voyage. Setting sail from Athens, Theseus carried with him not only his weapons but also the hopes of his people. Upon arriving in Crete, he was brought before King Minos, the ruler whose power and pride were as vast as the Labyrinth itself. Minos, known for his cunning and ruthlessness, saw Theseus as just another victim to be devoured by the Minotaur. But Theseus stood firm, unshaken by the king's imposing presence, and declared his intention to confront the beast. It was during this tense encounter that Theseus first met Ariadne, the daughter of King Minos. Ariadne, struck by Theseus' bravery and determination, saw in him a chance to escape her father's oppressive rule. She approached him with a plan, offering her help in exchange for a promise to take her away from Crete. This meeting marked the beginning of a partnership that would prove crucial in the battles to come. As Theseus prepared to enter the labyrinth, his resolve never wavered. He knew the risks, but his motivation was clear: to free Athens from its dark fate and to prove that courage and cunning could triumph even in the face of monstrous odds. With Ariadne by his side and the weight of his people's hopes on his shoulders, Theseus stepped closer to his destiny, ready to confront the Minotaur in the heart of the labyrinth. And as we move forward in this tale, the stakes grow higher and the tension mounts, setting the stage for an unforgettable clash between hero and monster. As the story unfolds, Ariadne's role becomes increasingly vital to Theseus' success. Captivated by his courage and determination, she found herself drawn to him in a way she had never experienced before. Her feelings were not just admiration, but a deep, undeniable love that spurred her to action. Ariadne knew the dangers of the labyrinth all too well, having grown up in its shadow, and she could not bear the thought of Theseus meeting the same fate as so many before him. Determined to help him, Ariadne devised a plan. She approached Theseus with a gift that would prove to be his lifeline, a golden thread. This seemingly simple object held immense significance. It was not just a tool, but a symbol of her love and her belief in his ability to succeed. She instructed him to tie one end of the thread to the entrance of the labyrinth and unravel it as he ventured deeper into its twisting corridors. This way, no matter how far or how lost he became, the thread would guide him back to safety. The golden thread became more than just a navigational aid. It represented trust, strategy, and the power of collaboration. Ariadne's ingenuity and resourcefulness gave Theseus a fighting chance against the labyrinth's bewildering maze and the Minotaur's lurking threat. Her act of handing him the thread was not just an offering of assistance, but a declaration of her faith in him, a belief that he could achieve what no one else had. As Theseus prepared to enter the labyrinth, Ariadne's thread became a tangible link between them, a lifeline that connected their fates. Her love and her gift transformed the seemingly insurmountable challenge into a mission that could be conquered. With the thread in hand, Theseus stepped into the darkness, guided by Ariadne's hope and his own unwavering resolve. This moment marks a turning point in the tale, where love and strategy intertwine, setting the stage for an epic confrontation. And as we follow Theseus deeper into the labyrinth, the significance of Ariadne's thread becomes ever clearer, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the right tools and the right allies can make all the difference. As Theseus crossed the threshold of the labyrinth, the air grew thick with tension. The walls seemed to close in, their shadows stretching and twisting in the flickering torchlight. Every step echoed faintly, a haunting reminder of the countless lives lost within these winding passages. The golden thread in his hand, a gift from Ariadne, felt like his only anchor to the world outside. Slowly, carefully, he began to unravel it, the thread glinting faintly as it trailed behind him, a fragile line of hope in the oppressive darkness. The deeper he ventured, the more the labyrinth seemed alive, its corridors shifting almost imperceptibly, as if designed to confuse and disorient. The silence was unnerving, broken only by the occasional distant sound, a faint scrape, a low growl, that sent shivers down his spine. Theseus tightened his grip on his sword, his senses heightened, every muscle ready for the inevitable encounter. The Minotaur was here, somewhere in this maze, a monstrous presence that loomed over every twist and turn. The eerie atmosphere weighed heavily on him, a constant reminder of the danger that awaited. His heart pounded, not just from fear but from the weight of his mission. He was not just fighting for his life, he was fighting to end a cycle of terror, to free his people from the horrors of the labyrinth. The thread in his hand was more than a guide, it was a lifeline, a connection to Ariadne's faith in him and his own determination to succeed. As he pressed on, the suspense built with every step. The labyrinth seemed to taunt him, its endless corridors a test of both his resolve and his wits. Every corner turn brought the threat of the Minotaur closer, the anticipation almost unbearable. Yet Theseus moved forward, driven by a mix of courage and necessity, the thread unraveling steadily behind him. The stage was set for the confrontation, the tension palpable as the hero of Athens prepared to face the beast in the heart of the maze. As the tension reached its peak, Theseus turned a corner and found himself face to face with the Minotaur. The beast stood tall, its massive frame towering over him, its eyes burning with a primal fury. The air seemed to crackle with energy as the two adversaries locked eyes, the moment of truth finally at hand. Theseus tightened his grip on his sword, his heart pounding as he prepared for the battle that would define his legacy. The Minotaur let out a deafening roar, its voice echoing through the labyrinth like a thunderclap. It charged at Theseus with terrifying speed, its horns lowered like weapons ready to impale. Theseus sidestepped just in time, feeling the rush of air as the beast narrowly missed him. The Minotaur's sheer strength was overwhelming, but Theseus knew he had to rely on his wits and agility if he hoped to survive. The hero swung his sword, aiming for the Minotaur's side, but the beast's thick hide deflected the blow. The Minotaur retaliated with a powerful swipe of its arm, sending Theseus stumbling backward. Pain shot through his body, but he quickly regained his footing, refusing to let fear take hold. He circled the beast, studying its movements, looking for an opening. The battle raged on, each moment more intense than the last. Theseus dodged and weaved, his movements precise and calculated, while the Minotaur's attacks grew more frenzied. The labyrinth seemed to shrink around them, the walls closing in as the fight escalated. Theseus knew he couldn't afford to tire, one misstep could mean the end. Finally, he saw his chance. As the Minotaur lunged at him again, Theseus stepped aside and thrust his sword with all his strength. The blade pierced the beast's chest, a sharp cry echoing through the maze. The Minotaur staggered, its roars turning to guttural gasps before it collapsed to the ground, lifeless. Theseus stood over the fallen creature, his chest heaving, the weight of his victory sinking in. The silence that followed was deafening. The labyrinth, once a place of terror, now felt still and empty. Theseus had accomplished what many thought impossible. He had faced the monster, embraced his fear, and emerged victorious. But his journey wasn't over yet. With the golden thread still in hand, he turned to find his way out, the image of the Minotaur's lifeless body, a stark reminder of the cost of his triumph. With the Minotaur defeated, Theseus took a moment to steady himself, his body aching from the grueling fight. The golden thread, Ariadne's gift, still lay in his hand, a lifeline connecting him to the outside world. As the adrenaline began to fade, the reality of his situation set in. The labyrinth, though now silent, remained a maze of confusion, and he needed to find his way out before exhaustion overtook him. Guided by the thread, Theseus retraced his steps, each turn and corridor feeling eerily familiar yet still disorienting. The walls seemed to close in around him, the shadows playing tricks on his mind. Every sound, the echo of his footsteps, the faint rustle of air made him tense, as if the labyrinth itself resented his victory. But the thread was his anchor, a tangible reminder of Ariadne's trust and the promise of freedom. As he moved closer to the exit, Theseus couldn't help but reflect on Ariadne's role in his success. Without her, he would have been lost both literally and figuratively. Her bravery and ingenuity had given him the tools to not only face the Minotaur but also to survive the labyrinth. Yet, with every step, he felt the weight of what he had done, not just the slaying of the beast but the choices that had brought him here. Finally, Theseus emerged from the labyrinth, the cool night air a sharp contrast to the oppressive darkness he had left behind. The sight of Ariadne waiting for him brought a mix of relief and unease. She rushed to his side, her face a blend of joy and concern, but Theseus could see the questions in her eyes. He had kept his promise, but the cost of their actions, of her betrayal of her father, King Minos, loomed over them both. The emotional aftermath of the battle was complex. Theseus had proven himself a hero, but the victory was bittersweet. The image of the Minotaur's lifeless body haunted him, a reminder of the violence and sacrifice that had marked his journey. And as he looked at Ariadne, he knew their bond had been forged in fire, a connection that would forever be tied to the shadows of the labyrinth. With the thread now coiled in his hand, Theseus took a deep breath, ready to face the consequences of their choices. The labyrinth was behind him, but the path ahead was uncertain, shaped by the decisions they had made and the lives they had altered. The story of Theseus and Ariadne was far from over, and the echoes of their actions would ripple through their lives in ways they could not yet imagine. As Theseus and Ariadne prepared to leave Crete, the weight of their decisions began to settle in. While Theseus had achieved his goal of defeating the Minotaur, Ariadne's life was about to take a dramatic turn. Shortly after their departure, the ship stopped on the island of Naxos, and it was here that Ariadne's fate would unfold in ways she could never have anticipated. Betrayed and left behind by Theseus, she found herself alone on the island, her heart heavy with confusion and sorrow. Yet Ariadne's story was far from over. As she wandered the shores of Naxos, she was discovered by Dionysus, the god of wine, fertility, and ecstasy. Captivated by her beauty and resilience, Dionysus approached her with compassion and offered her a new destiny. Their meeting marked a turning point in Ariadne's life. No longer a forsaken heroine, she was embraced by the god who saw in her the potential for greatness. Dionysus and Ariadne's union was celebrated with great joy, and over time she transformed into a goddess herself. Elevated to divine status, Ariadne became a symbol of rebirth and transformation, her story taking on a new meaning. Where once she was defined by her betrayal and abandonment, she now embodied the power of renewal and the possibility of rising above adversity. Her journey from mortal to goddess resonated deeply, offering a message of hope and redemption. The island of Naxos became a sacred place, forever linked to Ariadne's transformation. Festivals and rituals were held in her honor, celebrating her ascent and the lessons of her story. Even today, Ariadne's tale serves as a reminder that even in moments of despair, new beginnings are possible. Her encounter with Dionysus not only changed her fate but also ensured her place among the gods, a testament to her enduring legacy. As we reflect on Ariadne's journey, it's clear that her story is one of resilience and rebirth. From her role in Theseus' quest to her divine transformation, she embodies the complexities of myth and the power of second chances. Her fate reminds us that even in the face of betrayal and loss, there is always the potential for renewal and a brighter path forward. As we shift our focus to another legendary figure, we find ourselves stepping into the story of Daedalus, the brilliant craftsman whose life took a dramatic turn after the events of the Labyrinth. Fearing the wrath of King Minos, Daedalus knew he had to escape Crete, but with the king's ships patrolling the seas, the only way out was through the sky. Determined to find freedom, he turned to his ingenuity, crafting wings made from feathers and wax for himself and his son, Icarus. This daring plan would test not only his skill but also the limits of human ambition. The creation of the wings was a testament to Daedalus' unparalleled creativity. Using materials at hand, he meticulously assembled each feather, binding them together with wax to form wings capable of carrying them into the heavens. Before their flight, Daedalus warned Icarus of the dangers. Flying too close to the sun would melt the wax, while flying too low would dampen the feathers and weigh them down. It was a delicate balance, one that required caution and discipline. As they took to the skies, the exhilaration of flight was tempered by the looming risks. Daedalus, ever the careful planner, navigated the air with precision, but Icarus, overcome by the thrill of freedom, soared higher and higher. Ignoring his father's warnings, he flew too close to the sun, and the wax that held his wings together began to melt. In a moment of heart-wrenching tragedy, Icarus fell into the sea, leaving Daedalus to witness his son's fate from above. The grief that followed was profound, a stark reminder of the consequences of overreaching ambition. Despite the tragedy, Daedalus managed to reach safety, forever carrying the weight of his loss. His story is one of brilliance and sorrow, a poignant exploration of human ingenuity and its limits. The tale of Daedalus and Icarus has echoed through the ages, serving as a timeless warning against hubris and a testament to the complex interplay between innovation and caution. As we reflect on their journey, we are reminded that even the greatest minds must grapple with the fragility of human life and the consequences of their creations. Turning our attention to the world of art, we find the Minotaur's influence stretching across centuries, from ancient masterpieces to contemporary creations. The Minotaur, with its striking blend of human and beast, has long captivated artists, serving as a powerful symbol of chaos, duality, and the darker aspects of human nature. Its legacy in art offers a fascinating lens through which to explore how this mythical creature has been interpreted and reimagined over time. In ancient art, the Minotaur often appeared in pottery and frescoes, particularly within Minoan and Mycenaean cultures. These early depictions typically emphasized its fearsome nature, with bull-like features dominating the human form. One notable example is the bull-leaping fresco from the Palace of Knossos, which, while not directly showing the Minotaur, reflects the cultural significance of bulls, a theme deeply intertwined with the Minotaur's myth. Sculptures from this period often portrayed the creature in moments of confrontation, highlighting its role as a monstrous adversary. As we move into the Renaissance and later periods, the Minotaur's image evolved, becoming more nuanced and symbolic. Artists like the Italian painter Titian and the Spanish master Francisco Goya depicted the beast in scenes of violence and tragedy, using it as a metaphor for untamed desires and the consequences of hubris. Goya's haunting etching, The Minotaur, portrays the creature as a figure of menace, embodying the darker aspects of the human psyche. These works often explored the tension between civilization and savagery, a theme central to the Minotaur's myth. In modern and contemporary art, the Minotaur continues to inspire, with artists reinterpreting its form and meaning in innovative ways. The Surrealist movement, led by figures like Pablo Picasso, embraced the Minotaur as a symbol of the unconscious mind. Picasso's series of Minotaur drawings and paintings depict the creature in moments of both violence and vulnerability, reflecting its dual nature. More recently, artists like the British sculptor Damien Hirst have taken a bold approach, using the Minotaur to explore themes of mortality and transformation. The Minotaur's presence in art is not limited to paintings and sculptures. it has also found its way into other mediums such as tapestries, mosaics, and even digital art. Each representation offers a unique perspective, whether it's a medieval tapestry illustrating Theseus' triumph over the beast or a digital rendering that reimagines the creature for a modern audience. These diverse interpretations highlight the Minotaur's enduring appeal and its ability to adapt to changing artistic trends and cultural contexts. As we consider the Minotaur's legacy in art, we see how this mythical figure has transcended its origins, becoming a versatile symbol in the hands of artists across the ages. From ancient frescoes to contemporary installations, the Minotaur continues to provoke thought, evoke emotion, and inspire creativity. Its journey through art reminds us of the timeless power of myth to reflect and shape our understanding of the human experience. Next, we'll explore how the labyrinth itself has served as a profound symbol in mythology and beyond. Moving from the artistic legacy of the Minotaur, we now step into the intricate world of symbolism where the labyrinth itself takes center stage. More than just a physical structure, the labyrinth has long served as a profound metaphor, weaving its way through mythology, philosophy, and psychology to reflect the complexities of life and the human mind. In mythology, the labyrinth is often seen as a representation of life's journey, a winding path filled with challenges, choices, and unexpected turns. Just as Theseus navigated its maze to confront the Minotaur, the labyrinth symbolizes the trials we all face in our own lives. It's a reminder that the path to growth and understanding is rarely straightforward, often requiring courage, patience, and resilience. The labyrinth's design, with its seemingly endless twists and turns, mirrors the unpredictability of existence, urging us to find our way even when the destination feels out of reach. Philosophers have also drawn on the labyrinth as a metaphor for the search for truth and meaning. Thinkers like Plato and later existentialists have used the image of the maze to explore the human condition, emphasizing the struggle to navigate life's uncertainties. The labyrinth becomes a symbol of the quest for knowledge, where each turn represents a new question or revelation. It challenges us to confront our fears and doubts, reminding us that the journey itself is as important as the destination. From a psychological perspective, the labyrinth has been interpreted as a reflection of the human psyche. Carl Jung, for instance, saw it as a representation of the unconscious mind, a place where our deepest fears, desires, and memories reside. Navigating the labyrinth can be seen as a metaphor for self-discovery, as we journey inward to confront our inner Minotaur, the aspects of ourselves that we may fear or struggle to understand. This process of introspection, though challenging, is essential for personal growth and integration. In modern times, the labyrinth continues to resonate as a powerful symbol. It appears in literature, psychology, and even mindfulness practices, where walking a labyrinth can serve as a meditative exercise to calm the mind and focus on the present moment. Its enduring relevance lies in its ability to adapt to different contexts, offering wisdom and insight to each generation. As we reflect on the labyrinth's symbolism, we see how it transcends its origins as a physical maze, becoming a universal metaphor for life's journey, the search for meaning, and the complexities of the human mind. Its twists and turns remind us that life is not about finding easy answers, but about embracing the journey itself, with all its challenges and revelations. Next, we'll delve into the Minotaur's presence in literature, exploring how this myth has inspired stories across the ages. Shifting our focus from the symbolism of the labyrinth, let's now explore how the Minotaur has captivated the imagination of writers across centuries. In literature, this mythical creature has served as a powerful archetype, appearing in everything from ancient Greek epics to modern novels and poetry, each time offering new layers of meaning and interpretation. In classical literature, the Minotaur's story is deeply rooted in ancient Greek texts, most notably in the works of Homer and Ovid. These early retellings emphasize the Minotaur's role as a symbol of chaos and monstrosity, embodying the darker aspects of human nature. The tale of Theseus and the Minotaur, in particular, has been recounted in various forms, highlighting themes of heroism, sacrifice, and the struggle between order and chaos. These foundational narratives laid the groundwork for the Minotaur's enduring presence in literary tradition. Moving into the modern era, the Minotaur has inspired countless authors to reinterpret its myth in fresh and thought-provoking ways. In the 20th century, writers like Jorge Luis Borges and Ted Hughes explored the Minotaur as a metaphor for existential struggle and the complexities of identity. Borges, in his short story, The House of Asterion, gives voice to the Minotaur itself, presenting the creature as a tragic figure trapped in its own labyrinth of isolation and misunderstanding. Hughes, in his poetry, uses the Minotaur to delve into themes of primal instinct and the human psyche, revealing the creature's multifaceted symbolism. In contemporary literature, the Minotaur continues to resonate, often appearing in fantasy and speculative fiction as a complex character rather than a mere monster. Authors like Rick Riordan and Madeline Miller have reimagined the Minotaur in stories that blend ancient myths with modern sensibilities. Riordan's Percy Jackson series reintroduces the Minotaur as a formidable adversary, while Miller's Circe offers glimpses of the Minotaur's myth through the lens of its parentage and origins. These works highlight the adaptability of the Minotaur's story, proving its relevance to new generations of readers. Poetry, too, has embraced the Minotaur as a symbol of both terror and introspection. Poets like W. H. Auden and Sylvia Plath have used the Minotaur to explore themes of alienation, transformation, and the search for self. Their works often depict the Minotaur as a reflection of the poet's own struggles, turning the myth into a deeply personal allegory. Through its many literary incarnations, the Minotaur remains a powerful and versatile figure, continually evolving to reflect the concerns and questions of the times. Whether as a monster, a metaphor, or a mirror of the human condition, the Minotaur's presence in literature reminds us of the enduring power of myth to illuminate our own lives. Next, we'll turn our attention to the intriguing connection between the Minotaur and the zodiac, uncovering how this ancient myth has influenced astrological interpretations. Now, let's explore a fascinating connection between the Minotaur and the stars. The myth of the Minotaur has long been intertwined with astrological symbolism, particularly the zodiac sign of Taurus. This link offers a unique perspective on how ancient myths continue to shape our understanding of the cosmos. The Minotaur, with its bull-like form, naturally aligns with Taurus, the bull of the zodiac. In astrology, Taurus is often associated with strength, determination, and primal energy, qualities that echo the Minotaur's fearsome reputation. Some interpretations suggest that the Minotaur embodies the shadow side of Taurus, representing the untamed, destructive forces that lie beneath the sign's otherwise grounded and nurturing nature. Ancient astrologers drew parallels between the Minotaur's labyrinth and the concept of fate, suggesting that the twists and turns of the maze mirror the unpredictable journey of life governed by the stars. Just as the Minotaur was trapped within its labyrinth, individuals born under Taurus are often seen as navigating their own paths, striving to balance their inner desires with external challenges. The myth of Theseus and the Minotaur also finds its way into astrological interpretations. Theseus' victory over the Minotaur can be seen as a metaphor for the struggle to overcome one's darker impulses, a theme that resonates with the transformative potential often attributed to Taurus. This connection highlights how myths like that of the Minotaur serve as allegories for personal growth and self-discovery, reflecting the deeper meanings we assign to the zodiac. In modern astrology, the Minotaur's influence can be seen in the way Taurus is portrayed as a sign of both strength and vulnerability. The Minotaur's dual nature, part human, part beast, mirrors the complexities of Taurus' personality, which balances a desire for stability with an underlying intensity. This duality continues to inspire astrologers and enthusiasts alike, offering new ways to interpret the traits and challenges associated with this zodiac sign. As we reflect on the Minotaur's connection to Taurus, it's clear that this ancient myth still holds a place in our understanding of the stars. Its enduring symbolism reminds us that the stories we tell about the heavens are as much about human nature as they are about the cosmos. Up next, we'll dive into the Minotaur's appearances in popular culture, where this mythical creature takes on new forms and meanings in movies, TV shows, and more. Shifting our focus from the stars to the screen, the Minotaur's presence in popular culture is as enduring as it is versatile. This mythical creature has found its way into numerous movies, TV shows, and video games, often taking on roles that range from terrifying monster to complex antihero. Its iconic image, half-man, half-bull, makes it a compelling figure for storytellers looking to explore themes of power, fear, and transformation. In movies, the Minotaur has been portrayed as a fearsome adversary, embodying raw strength and primal terror. Films like The Minotaur and Percy Jackson and the Olympians showcase the creature as a formidable foe, challenging heroes to confront their own fears and limitations. These depictions often emphasize the Minotaur's physical might and its role as a guardian of labyrinthine spaces, echoing the myth's original themes of confinement and confrontation. Television has also embraced the Minotaur, presenting it in ways that blend its monstrous qualities with deeper psychological undertakes. Shows like Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, and Xena, Warrior Princess feature the Minotaur as a symbol of inner turmoil, reflecting the character's struggles with their own darker impulses. This layered portrayal adds depth to the Minotaur's character, moving beyond its traditional role as a simple antagonist. Video games have brought the Minotaur to life in interactive ways, allowing players to face the creature directly. Games such as God of War and Assassin's Creed Odyssey feature the Minotaur as a boss battle, testing players' skills and strategies. These encounters often highlight the Minotaur's strength and agility, making it a memorable and challenging opponent. In some games, the Minotaur is even depicted as a tragic figure, adding emotional weight to its story. Beyond its role as a monster, the Minotaur has also been reimagined as an antihero in certain narratives. Comic books like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and Wonder Woman present the Minotaur as a misunderstood being, grappling with its dual nature and seeking redemption. This interpretation taps into the creature's symbolic potential, portraying it as a figure caught between worlds, much like its mythological counterpart. The Minotaur's appearances in popular culture demonstrate its ability to adapt to different storytelling mediums, each time offering a fresh perspective on its legend. Whether as a terrifying monster, a tragic antihero, or a symbol of inner conflict, the Minotaur continues to captivate audiences, proving that its myth remains as relevant today as it was in ancient times. As we move forward, we'll explore how the Minotaur has inspired modern fantasy creatures, bridging the gap between ancient myth and contemporary imagination. Turning our attention to the world of design and structure, the Labyrinth's influence extends far beyond ancient myth, finding its way into modern architecture. Architects and designers have long been inspired by the Labyrinth's intricate patterns and symbolic depth, incorporating its essence into mazes, gardens, and public spaces that invite exploration and contemplation. These modern interpretations not only pay homage to the Labyrinth's storied past, but also breathe new life into its timeless appeal. One striking example is the use of labyrinthine designs in gardens, where winding paths and carefully planned layouts create spaces for meditation and reflection. The Chartres Cathedral Labyrinth in France, for instance, replicates the medieval design that once served as a spiritual journey for pilgrims. Today, similar labyrinths are found in botanical gardens and parks around the world, offering visitors a chance to disconnect from the chaos of daily life and reconnect with nature and themselves. Public spaces have also embraced the labyrinth's allure, using its form to foster community interaction and artistic expression. cities like Barcelona and Tokyo feature installations that blend architectural innovation with the labyrinth's symbolic complexity. These spaces often serve as landmarks, drawing people together to wander, explore, and engage with their surroundings in meaningful ways. The labyrinth's ability to captivate and inspire makes it a powerful tool for creating environments that resonate on both an aesthetic and emotional level. In the realm of modern architecture, the labyrinth's influence can be seen in buildings that challenge traditional notions of space and movement. Architects like Zaha had to have drawn on the labyrinth's fluid, interconnected pathways to design structures that are both functional and visually stunning. These designs often blur the lines between art and architecture, inviting occupants to experience space in new and unexpected ways. As we move forward, the labyrinth continues to inspire, proving that its legacy is as much about the journey as it is about the destination. Its presence in modern architecture reminds us of the enduring power of myth to shape our world, offering spaces that are not only beautiful but also deeply meaningful. Up next, we'll delve into how the Minotaur represents the psychology of fear, exploring its role as a symbol of the unknown and the primal anxieties that lurk within us all. Shifting our perspective, the Minotaur serves as a powerful symbol of fear, embodying the primal anxieties that have haunted humanity for centuries. This monstrous figure, trapped within the labyrinth's twisting corridors, represents not just a physical threat but also the psychological terror of the unknown. The Minotaur's very existence taps into deep-seated fears, reflecting our struggle to confront what lies hidden in the shadows of our minds. In psychological terms, the Minotaur can be seen as a manifestation of the unconscious mind, a place where repressed fears and desires reside. Just as Theseus ventured into the labyrinth to face the beast, individuals must navigate their own inner complexities to confront and overcome their deepest anxieties. This parallel highlights the Minotaur's role as a metaphor for the challenges of self-discovery and personal growth. The labyrinth itself amplifies this sense of fear, acting as a maze of confusion and disorientation. Its endless pathways mirror the twists and turns of the human psyche, where uncertainty and doubt can lead to feelings of entrapment. The Minotaur, lurking at its center, becomes the ultimate embodiment of what we fear most, the parts of ourselves we hesitate to acknowledge. Psychological theories such as Freud's concept of the id further illuminate the Minotaur's symbolism. The id represents our most primitive impulses and desires, often repressed by societal norms. Like the Minotaur, it is untamed and dangerous, requiring the rational mind, or the ego, to confront and control it. This dynamic illustrates the Minotaur's enduring relevance as a symbol of the internal battles we all face. Modern interpretations of the Minotaur also draw connections to contemporary fears, from the fear of failure to the anxiety of the unknown future. In a world filled with uncertainty, the Minotaur reminds us of the importance of courage and resilience. Just as Theseus emerged victorious, we too can find strength in facing our fears head-on, transforming them from obstacles into opportunities for growth. Exploring the Minotaur's psychological dimensions reveals its timeless significance as a symbol of fear and the human condition. Its story continues to resonate, offering insights into our own struggles and the journey toward self-mastery. Next, we'll uncover the role of the Minotaur in ancient rituals and its connection to cultural traditions that shaped its myth. Turning now to the Minotaur's place in ancient rituals, we find a fascinating intersection of myth and cultural practice. In the ancient world, the Minotaur was not just a figure of fear, but also deeply tied to the spiritual and ceremonial life of the people, particularly in Minos, Crete. Its presence in rituals reflects the complex ways in which societies sought to understand and appease the forces they believed governed their lives. One of the most striking connections is the Minotaur's association with sacrificial offerings. In some traditions, the beast was seen as a divine or semi-divine figure, demanding tribute to maintain order and balance. Stories suggest that young Athenians were sent as tributes to the Minotaur, a practice that blurred the lines between myth and historical ritual. While the historical accuracy of these accounts is debated, they reveal the Minotaur's symbolic role as a receiver of sacrifices, embodying the fearsome power of the divine. The rituals surrounding the Minotaur were not just about appeasement but also renewal. Many ancient cultures believed that sacrifices could restore harmony between the human and divine realms. The Minotaur, as a symbol of chaos and primal power, may have been central to ceremonies aimed at reasserting order. This idea aligns with broader themes in mythology, where monsters often represent the forces of disorder that must be confronted and subdued for the world to thrive. Culturally, the Minotaur's role in rituals also highlights the importance of bulls in Minoan society. Bulls were revered as symbols of strength and fertility, and their presence in religious ceremonies was widespread. The Minotaur, as a hybrid of man and bull, may have embodied these dual aspects of nature, both its nurturing and destructive sides. This duality made the creature a potent figure in rituals, serving as a reminder of the delicate balance between life and death. As we delve into these ancient practices, it becomes clear that the Minotaur was more than just a monster. It was a symbol deeply embedded in the spiritual and cultural fabric of its time, reflecting humanity's attempts to grapple with the mysteries of existence. Next, we'll explore the Minotaur's connection to the ancient bull cults of Crete, shedding light on how these traditions shaped its enduring myth. Moving deeper into the world of ancient Crete, we uncover the Minotaur's profound ties to the bull cults that shaped Minoan culture. Bulls were far more than ordinary animals in this society. They were symbols of power, fertility, and divine connection. This reverence for bulls is vividly reflected in the Minotaur's origins, where the creature's hybrid form, part man, part bull, captures the essence of this cultural obsession. Minoan art and archaeology provide compelling evidence of the bull's central role in religious and ceremonial life. Frescoes, pottery, and sculptures from the period frequently depict bulls in scenes of ritual and worship. The famous bull leaping fresco, for instance, shows acrobats vaulting over a bull, a practice believed to have been both a sport and a sacred act. These images suggest that the bull was not just a physical creature but a spiritual force, embodying the vitality and unpredictability of nature. The Minotaur's connection to these bull cults goes beyond its physical form. In myth, the creature is born from Pasiphae's union with a sacred bull, a story that underscores the link between the Minotaur and the divine. This origin story may have served as a symbolic reminder of the bull's dual nature, a source of both creation and destruction. The Minotaur, as a hybrid being, embodies this duality, making it a fitting figure for rituals that sought to honor and appease the forces of life and death. Scholars believe that the bull cults of Crete were closely tied to cycles of nature and agriculture. Bulls, as symbols of strength and fertility, were likely invoked in ceremonies to ensure bountiful harvests and the renewal of life. The Minotaur, with its bull-like features, may have played a similar role in these rituals, representing the untamed power of nature that could bring both prosperity and peril. This connection between the Minotaur and the bull cults also highlights the interplay between myth and reality in Minoan culture. While the Minotaur is a creature of legend, the bull cults were a tangible part of daily life, shaping everything from art to architecture. The labyrinth itself, often associated with the Minotaur, may have been inspired by the winding paths of bull dancing arenas, further blurring the lines between myth and ritual. By exploring the Minotaur's ties to the bull cults, we gain a deeper understanding of how myths reflect the values and beliefs of their time. The creature's legacy is not just one of terror, but also a testament to the enduring power of the bull as a symbol in ancient Crete. Next, we'll examine how the labyrinth serves as a metaphor for life's journey, drawing on the themes of challenge and discovery that define this enduring myth. As we delve deeper into the myth of the labyrinth, it becomes clear that this ancient structure is more than just a physical maze. It is a profound metaphor for life's journey. Just as the labyrinth presents twists and turns, life is filled with challenges, choices, and moments of uncertainty. This connection invites us to see the labyrinth not only as a setting for Theseus' heroic quest, but also as a reflection of our own experiences navigating the complexities of existence. The labyrinth's intricate design mirrors the unpredictability of life. Each corridor and dead end represents the paths we take, some leading to success and others to setbacks. Just as Theseus relied on Ariadne's thread to guide him, we often seek help from others, friends, family, or mentors, to find our way through difficult times. This metaphor emphasizes that while the journey may be daunting, we are never truly alone in facing it. Moreover, the labyrinth symbolizes the search for meaning and self-discovery. As Theseus ventured deeper into the maze, he was not only confronting the Minotaur but also testing his own courage and resolve. Similarly, life's challenges push us to grow, learn, and uncover our true potential. The labyrinth reminds us that the process of overcoming obstacles is just as important as the destination itself. The Minotaur, lurking at the heart of the labyrinth, can be seen as a representation of our deepest fears or inner struggles. Confronting the Minotaur, as Theseus did, symbolizes facing these fears head-on. This act of bravery is a crucial step in our journey, as it allows us to move forward with greater confidence and clarity. The labyrinth, therefore, becomes a space where we confront not only external challenges but also the shadows within ourselves. The myth also highlights the importance of perseverance. Theseus' success in navigating the labyrinth and defeating the Minotaur was not a matter of luck but of determination and resourcefulness. This serves as a powerful reminder that even when the path ahead seems impossible, persistence and creativity can lead us to victory. Finally, the labyrinth's winding paths symbolize the non-linear nature of life. Our journeys are rarely straightforward. They are filled with detours, surprises, and moments of reflection. This metaphor encourages us to embrace the twists and turns, recognizing that each step, no matter how small, brings us closer to understanding ourselves and our purpose. By viewing the labyrinth as a metaphor for life, we gain a deeper appreciation for the myth's timeless relevance. It invites us to reflect on our own journeys, reminding us that every challenge is an opportunity for growth and every maze a chance to discover who we truly are. As we continue, we'll explore how these themes resonate in other aspects of the Minotaur's legacy, uncovering new layers of meaning in this captivating tale. Turning our attention to other mythologies, we find fascinating parallels to the Minotaur in creatures that share its hybrid nature and symbolic weight. One such figure is the Sphinx of Egyptian and Greek lore. Known for its human head and lion's body, the Sphinx guarded the entrance to the city of Thebes, posing riddles to travelers. Like the Minotaur, the Sphinx embodies a mix of human and animal traits, representing the blurring of boundaries between civilization and primal instincts. Both creatures serve as gatekeepers of sorts, testing the courage and intellect of those who seek to pass. Another striking counterpart is the Chimera, a fire-breathing monster from Greek mythology with the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and a serpent for a tail. The Chimera, much like the Minotaur, symbolizes chaos and the untamed forces of nature. Its hybrid form reflects the fear of the unknown and the monstrous, a theme that resonates deeply in the Minotaur's story. Both creatures challenge heroes to confront their deepest fears, serving as metaphors for the internal and external battles we face in life. Moving further east, we encounter the Naian from Chinese mythology, a beast with the body of a lion and the horns of an ox. The Naian terrorized villages until it was outsmarted by humans using firecrackers and red decorations. Like the Minotaur, the Naian represents a primal threat that must be overcome through ingenuity and collective effort. This parallel highlights how different cultures use hybrid creatures to explore themes of fear, survival, and triumph. In Hindu mythology, the Narasimha, an avatar of the god Vishnu, takes the form of a man-lion to defeat a tyrannical demon. While the Narasimha is a divine protector rather than a monster, its hybrid form echoes the Minotaur's blending of human and animal traits. Both figures challenge the binary notions of good and evil, reminding us that even the most fearsome forms can serve a higher purpose. These cross-cultural comparisons reveal a universal fascination with hybrid beings that embody the complexities of existence. Whether as symbols of fear, tests of heroism, or representations of duality, creatures like the Sphinx, Chimera, Nyan, and Narasimha share a common thread with the Minotaur. They remind us that myths, despite their cultural differences, often explore the same fundamental human experiences. As we continue, we'll see how these themes evolve in the Minotaur's influence on modern fantasy and storytelling. Now, let's shift our focus to the Minotaur's enduring impact on modern fantasy. This ancient creature has become a cornerstone in the world of imaginative storytelling, inspiring countless monsters, characters, and narratives in contemporary works. One of the most notable examples is its influence on the role-playing game Dungeons & Dragons. In this iconic game, the Minotaur often appears as a powerful, labyrinth-dwelling foe, challenging players to outwit and overcome its brute strength. Its hybrid form and primal nature make it a perfect fit for the high-stakes adventures that define the game, blending myth with modern creativity. Beyond games, the Minotaur has also left its mark on literature. In J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series, we see traces of the Minotaur in creatures like the centaurs and even the labyrinthine challenges of the Triwizard Tournament. While not a direct adaptation, the spirit of the Minotaur's myth, its duality, and the fear it instills echoes throughout these stories. Rowling's work demonstrates how ancient myths can be reimagined to suit new audiences, keeping the essence of the Minotaur alive in fresh and unexpected ways. In the realm of fantasy novels, authors like C.S. Lewis and Rick Riordan have also drawn inspiration from the Minotaur. In Lewis's The Chronicles of Narnia, the character of the faun, while not a direct parallel, shares the Minotaur's blend of human and animal traits, embodying the same sense of wonder and danger. Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson series, on the other hand, brings the Minotaur directly into the modern world, portraying it as a formidable opponent that embodies the chaos and challenges of Greek mythology. Even in visual media, the Minotaur's influence is undeniable. From animated films to blockbuster movies, its hybrid form and symbolic weight continue to captivate audiences. For instance, in the animated film The Minotaur, the creature is reimagined as a tragic figure, exploring themes of identity and redemption. This modern take adds depth to the myth, showing how the Minotaur can evolve to reflect contemporary concerns while retaining its ancient roots. As we look at these examples, it's clear that the Minotaur's legacy is far from confined to ancient Greece. Its presence in modern fantasy speaks to the timeless appeal of its story, a tale of fear, duality, and the struggle between man and beast. By adapting and reinterpreting this myth, creators across genres keep the Minotaur alive, ensuring that its story continues to resonate with new generations. Next, we'll explore how the Minotaur's labyrinth has found its way into the world of video games, adding another layer to its enduring influence. Turning our attention to the world of video games, we find that the concept of the labyrinth has been a source of inspiration for game designers and storytellers alike. The intricate, maze-like structures and challenging puzzles found in many games echo the ancient myth, creating immersive experiences that test players' skills and patience. One of the most iconic examples is the classic game Castlevania, where players navigate through sprawling, interconnected levels filled with traps and enemies. The sense of being lost in a vast, mysterious space mirrors the disorientation felt by those who entered the labyrinth of old, bringing a touch of myth to modern gameplay. Another standout example is the Legend of Zelda series, which often features dungeons designed as complex labyrinths. These dungeons require players to solve puzzles, defeat enemies, and uncover hidden paths, much like Theseus' quest to navigate the labyrinth and confront the Minotaur. The series' emphasis on exploration and problem-solving captures the essence of the myth, transforming it into an interactive adventure that keeps players engaged for hours. In more recent years, games like God of War have taken the Labyrinth to new heights, blending its mythic roots with cutting-edge graphics and storytelling. Croto's journey through the Labyrinth in this series is not just a physical challenge but also a metaphorical one, reflecting his internal struggles and the chaos of his quest. This modern interpretation shows how the Labyrinth can serve as both a literal and symbolic obstacle, deepening the connection between the game and its ancient inspiration. Even indie games have embraced the Labyrinth's allure. Titles like The Witness feature intricate, maze-like environments that challenge players to think critically and observe carefully. The puzzles in these games often require a blend of logic and creativity, echoing the mental and strategic challenges faced by those who dared to enter the Minotaur's domain. As we explore these examples, it's clear that the Labyrinth's influence on video games is both profound and versatile. Whether as a setting, a puzzle, or a metaphor, it continues to captivate players and creators alike, proving that the myth's appeal is as timeless as ever. Next, we'll dive into the Minotaur's representation in comic books, where it takes on new roles and dimensions in the world of illustrated storytelling. Shifting our focus to the vibrant world of comic books, the Minotaur emerges as a character that transcends its ancient roots, taking on new roles and dimensions in illustrated storytelling. In this medium, the Minotaur often appears as more than just a monster. It becomes a symbol of complexity, embodying traits that range from villainy to anti-heroism and even moments of unexpected depth. One of the most notable appearances is in Marvel Comics, where the Minotaur, also known as the character Mr. Hyde, serves as a formidable antagonist. His brute strength and monstrous appearance make him a dangerous foe for heroes like Daredevil, while his cunning and ambition add layers to his villainous persona. The Minotaur's role in comics isn't limited to being a straightforward villain, however. In series like Wonder Woman, the Minotaur is often portrayed as a tragic figure, a creature shaped by its circumstances and struggling with its dual nature. These interpretations invite readers to empathize with the Minotaur, seeing it not just as a beast to be defeated but as a character with its own struggles and humanity. Independent comic creators have also reimagined the Minotaur in innovative ways. In works like The Sandman by Neil Gaiman, the Minotaur appears as part of a broader mythological tapestry, its story intertwined with themes of fate, identity, and redemption. Here, the Labyrinth becomes a metaphor for the character's internal journey, adding a psychological depth that resonates with readers. Even in more light-hearted comics, the Minotaur finds its place. Series like Teen Titans Go feature the creature in humorous and exaggerated roles, showcasing its versatility as a character that can fit into a variety of genres and tones. These portrayals highlight the Minotaur's enduring appeal, proving that it can be both a source of fear and laughter depending on the context. As we explore these diverse representations, it's clear that the Minotaur's presence in comics is as multifaceted as the medium itself. Whether as a villain, an anti-hero, or a complex figure, the Minotaur continues to captivate audiences, bridging the gap between ancient myth and modern storytelling. Next, we'll examine Theseus as a tragic hero, exploring his flaws, relationships, and the consequences of his actions. Turning now to the story of Theseus, we find a hero whose journey is as compelling as it is flawed. While celebrated for his bravery in defeating the Minotaur, Theseus' story is also one of tragedy, shaped by his imperfections and the ripple effects of his decisions. His flaws, particularly his impulsiveness and hubris, often led him down paths fraught with unintended consequences. One of the most striking examples of these flaws is his treatment of Ariadne, the woman who played a crucial role in his success within the Labyrinth. After promising her a future together, Theseus abandons her on the island of Naxos, a decision that not only reveals his lack of loyalty, but also underscores his tendency to act without considering the long-term impact of his choices. This act of betrayal haunts him, becoming a defining moment in his tragic arc. Theseus' relationships further highlight his complexities. His bond with his father, King Aegeus, is marked by both love and tragedy. Upon returning to Athens after his victory, Theseus forgets to change the black sails of his ship to white, a signal of his survival. This oversight leads his father to believe he is dead, resulting in Aegeus' tragic death by suicide. This moment not only cements Theseus' rise to power, but also imprints his reign with an inescapable sense of guilt and loss. As a ruler, Theseus' flaws continue to shape his legacy. His ambition and desire to unify Athens often clash with his inability to navigate the delicate balance of power and compassion. His decisions, while sometimes noble, frequently lead to discord and unintended suffering. For instance, his involvement in the abduction of Helen of Sparta sows the seeds of conflict that would later manifest in the Trojan War, showcasing how his actions reverberate far beyond his own lifetime. Ultimately, Theseus embodies the essence of a tragic hero, a figure whose strengths are inextricably linked to his weaknesses. His story serves as a powerful reminder that even the greatest heroes are not immune to failure, and that their choices can have profound and far-reaching consequences. Moving forward, we'll reflect on the enduring legacy of the Minotaur and how this ancient myth continues to captivate audiences across the ages. Now, as we draw toward the end of our journey through these 25 stories, it's time to reflect on the enduring legacy of the Minotaur. This ancient myth has transcended its origins, weaving itself into the fabric of culture, art, and storytelling in ways that continue to resonate across the ages. The Minotaur is not just a monster from a bygone era. It's a symbol that speaks to universal themes of fear, identity, and the human condition. In art, the Minotaur has inspired countless interpretations, from ancient Greek pottery to modern sculptures and paintings. Artists have been drawn to its duality, the blend of man and beast, as a way to explore the complexities of human nature. Its image evokes both terror and fascination, challenging us to confront the darker aspects of ourselves and our world. Literature, too, has been profoundly shaped by the Minotaur's story. From classical epics to contemporary novels, writers have used the labyrinth and its fearsome inhabitant as metaphors for life's struggles, the search for meaning, and the battles we face within ourselves. The myth's themes of heroism, sacrifice, and transformation continue to captivate readers, offering timeless lessons for every generation. Beyond art and literature, the Minotaur has found a place in modern popular culture. It appears in movies, TV shows, and video games, often reimagined to reflect contemporary concerns. Whether portrayed as a monstrous foe or a tragic figure, the Minotaur remains a powerful symbol of the unknown and the challenges we must overcome. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the Minotaur's legacy is its ability to adapt and endure. Across centuries and cultures, this myth has been retold, reinterpreted, and reshaped to fit new contexts. Its core themes, fear, courage, and the struggle between order and chaos, remain as relevant today as they were in ancient Crete. The Minotaur's story invites us to reflect on our own lives. Just as Theseus navigated the labyrinth, we too face our own mazes, whether they're personal, professional, or societal. The myth reminds us that even in the face of fear and uncertainty, we have the capacity to find our way and emerge stronger. As we conclude this exploration, it's clear that the Minotaur is more than just a creature of myth. It's a mirror held up to humanity, reflecting our fears, our challenges, and our resilience. Its enduring legacy is a testament to the power of storytelling to connect us across time and space, offering insights that continue to inspire, provoke, and captivate. Turning now to the origins of the Minotaur, we find ourselves stepping back into the ancient world of Crete, where this myth first took shape. The story of the Minotaur is deeply intertwined with the Minoan civilization, a culture that flourished on the island of Crete during the Bronze Age. Known for their advanced architecture, art, and maritime prowess, the Minoans left behind a legacy that continues to fascinate historians and archaeologists. Among their many contributions, the myth of the Minotaur stands out as one of the most enduring. At the heart of this legend is the figure of King Minos, a ruler who played a central role in the Minotaur's creation. According to the myth, Minos sought to solidify his power by asking Poseidon, the god of the sea, for a sign of divine favor. In response, Poseidon sent a magnificent white bull from the depths of the ocean, a creature so striking that it was meant to be sacrificed in honor of the gods. However, Minos, captivated by the bull's beauty, chose to keep it for himself, replacing it with an inferior animal in the sacrificial ritual. This act of defiance angered Poseidon, who punished Minos by cursing his wife, Pasiphae, to fall in love with the bull. The union between Pasiphae and the bull resulted in the birth of the Minotaur, a creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull. This hybrid being became a symbol of chaos and punishment, embodying the consequences of Minos' arrogance and the disruption of the natural order. To contain the Minotaur, Minos commissioned the famous Labyrinth, a vast and intricate maze designed by the master craftsman Daedalus. This structure not only served as a prison for the Minotaur, but also as a reflection of the complexity and mystery of the Minoan world. But the origins of the Minotaur go beyond the myth itself. Scholars have long debated the possible connections between the Minotaur and the Minoan civilization's bull cult. Bulls held a sacred place in Minoan culture, often appearing in art, rituals, and religious ceremonies. The famous bull-leaping frescoes found at the Palace of Knossos suggest that bulls were central to Minoan spiritual life, possibly symbolizing strength, fertility, and the divine. Some theories propose that the Minotaur myth may have originated as a way to explain or reinterpret these ancient practices. The island of Crete, with its rugged landscape and rich history, provides the perfect backdrop for this myth. The labyrinth, often associated with the sprawling palace of Knossos, mirrors the complex layout of Minoan architecture with its winding corridors and multi-level structures. This physical connection between myth and reality adds another layer of depth to the story, suggesting that the Minotaur may have been inspired by the fears and mysteries of the Minoan world. As we explore the origins of the Minotaur, it becomes clear that this myth is more than just a tale of a monstrous creature. It's a reflection of the values, beliefs, and anxieties of an ancient civilization, offering us a window into the world of the Minoans. The Minotaur's story reminds us that myths are not just entertainment, they are powerful tools for understanding the past and the human experience. With this deeper understanding of the Minotaur's origins, we can now turn to the next chapter of our journey, where we'll explore Theseus' life after his encounter with the Labyrinth and the lasting impact of his legendary feat. Shifting our focus to the aftermath of Theseus' triumph, we find that his life took many unexpected turns after his escape from the Labyrinth. Returning to Athens as a hero, Theseus was celebrated for his bravery and cunning, having not only defeated the Minotaur but also freed his homeland from the burden of sending young Athenians to Crete as tribute. This victory solidified his reputation as a champion of his people and a symbol of justice. Upon his return, Theseus assumed a leadership role in Athens, steering the city toward a new era of prosperity. He is often credited with unifying the scattered communities of Attica under Athenian rule, a monumental achievement that laid the foundation for the city's future prominence. His reforms extended beyond politics as he worked to establish a sense of civic duty and social order, earning him the admiration of his citizens. However, Theseus' journey was not without its challenges. His decision to abandon Ariadne on the island of Naxos, despite her crucial role in his success, remains a controversial aspect of his story. This act of betrayal has been interpreted as both a moment of human frailty and a necessary sacrifice, depending on the perspective. Regardless, it marked the beginning of a series of trials that would test his character and judgment. As Theseus continued to navigate the complexities of leadership, his personal life became increasingly entangled with his political ambitions. His marriage to Phaedra, Ariadne's younger sister, was meant to strengthen ties between Athens and Crete, but it ultimately led to tragedy. The infamous tale of Phaedra's unrequited love for Hippolytus, Theseus' son, and the subsequent chain of events, including Hippolytus' untimely death, cast a shadow over Theseus' reign. Theseus' eventual downfall was as dramatic as his rise. After losing the favor of the gods and his people, he was exiled from Athens, spending his final years in obscurity on the island of Skyros. According to legend, he met his end there either by accident or through the treachery of the island's king. This tragic conclusion serves as a reminder of the fragility of power and the consequences of one's choices. Yet Theseus' legacy endures. He remains a pivotal figure in Greek mythology, embodying both the heights of heroism and the depths of human imperfection. His story invites us to reflect on the complexities of leadership, the weight of decisions, and the enduring impact of one's actions. As we draw this chapter to a close, we'll next turn our attention to the enduring mystery of the labyrinth itself, exploring its design, symbolism, and the questions that continue to captivate us today. Now, let's turn to the labyrinth itself, a structure shrouded in as much mystery as the creature it once contained. Its very design has fascinated scholars and enthusiasts for centuries, raising questions about its purpose, its creator, and whether it might have been inspired by real-world locations. The labyrinth was said to be an intricate maze of unparalleled complexity, designed by the legendary craftsman Daedalus. Its twisting passages and dead ends were meant to confuse and trap anyone who dared to enter, making escape seem almost impossible. But what makes this structure so intriguing is the possibility that it wasn't just a product of myth. Some historians and archaeologists have suggested that the labyrinth may have been inspired by the sprawling palaces of ancient Crete, particularly the Palace of Knossos. The Palace of Knossos, with its labyrinthine layout of interconnected rooms and corridors, bears a striking resemblance to the mythical labyrinth. This has led to theories that the Minotaur's prison may have been a symbolic representation of the palace itself, blending myth with historical reality. Others argue that the labyrinth could have been a metaphorical construct, representing the complexities of life or the human mind, rather than a physical place. Adding to the mystery is the question of its location. While Crete is often considered the most plausible site, no definitive archaeological evidence has been found to confirm the existence of the labyrinth as described in the myth. Some speculate that it may have been destroyed over time, while others believe it remains hidden, waiting to be discovered. Theories about the labyrinth's design also vary. Some suggest it was a single, massive structure, while others propose it was a network of caves or natural formations repurposed into a maze. The lack of concrete evidence has only fueled the imagination, leading to countless interpretations and artistic depictions over the centuries. What's clear is that the labyrinth continues to captivate us, not just as a physical place but as a symbol of mystery, challenge, and the unknown. Its enduring legacy invites us to question the boundaries between myth and history and to explore the deeper meanings behind its design. As we unravel the secrets of the labyrinth, our journey next leads us to the Minotaur's influence on art, where this mythical creature has been reimagined in countless forms across different cultures and time periods. From the birth of the Minotaur to the intricate design of the labyrinth, and from Theseus' heroic journey to the enduring legacy of these myths, the 25 stories we've explored reveal the profound cultural impact of these ancient tales. The Minotaur, born of divine wrath and human folly, has become a symbol of both terror and fascination, while the labyrinth represents the challenges and mysteries we all face in life. These stories have transcended time, inspiring art, literature, and philosophy, and continue to resonate with audiences today. They remind us of the power of myth to explore the complexities of human nature, the struggle between good and evil, and the search for meaning in the face of the unknown. Whether viewed as historical allegories, psychological metaphors, or simply captivating tales, the stories of the Minotaur and the Labyrinth invite us to reflect on our own journeys and the labyrinths we navigate in our lives. If these stories sparked your imagination, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below or explore more myths that have shaped our world. Thanks for joining us on this mythological adventure, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the legends that continue to captivate us.